Long ago, beyond the clouds and beyond the stars, there lived a young weaver girl named Junu. She was gifted with the art of weaving the sky itself, crafting clouds that gleamed silver under the moonlight, and stars that sparkled like drops of crystal. Her hands moved with grace and precision, each thread a reflection of her heart's deepest feelings. Junu was admired throughout the heavenly realm for her talent and her beauty, yet she felt a deep emptiness, a longing she could not name. In the mortal world below, there lived a simple cowherd named Nulong. He was humble, gentle, and kind. Nulong tended to his oxen with care, knowing each of them by name. While he lived a quiet life in a small village, his heart often wandered to the sky, drawn by the sparkling stars. He had a restlessness in him, a feeling that something or someone was missing. One evening, as Nulong guided his cows back home, he noticed a radiant figure descending from the heavens. It was Junu, bathing in the sunlight as she wove her heavenly cloth. She had ventured too close to the mortal world, curious about the lives of humans. Their eyes met across the distance, and in that instant, something deep and inexplicable blossomed between them. A quiet recognition, as if their hearts had always known each other. Over time, Junu began to visit the mortal world more often. She and Nulong would meet in secret, often by the riverside, where the water mirrored the heavens above. They shared simple moments, laughter over a clumsy cow stepping into the stream, the quiet serenity of watching the sun set behind the mountains, the soft rustle of reeds in the wind. In those moments, the world felt whole, and their hearts felt free. Yet, their love could not escape the notice of the heavenly realm. The Jade Emperor, ruler of all heavens, saw Junu's absence from her duties and Nulong's growing power to capture hearts even among mortals. Concerned that their union would disrupt the order of both heaven and earth, he forbade their love. Junu was called back to the heavens, her return demanded immediately. When Nulong learned of this, he was devastated. He tried to follow her, but the heavens were vast and unreachable. His longing grew, a painful ache that settled deep in his chest. Junu, torn between duty and desire, wept for the first time in centuries. She too felt the unbearable weight of separation. Heaven and earth seemed to conspire against their happiness, and yet neither could deny the depth of their love. It was in this moment of heartbreak that the heavenly beings decided on a compromise. Junu and Nulong would be allowed to meet once a year, on the 7th day of the 7th lunar month. On that day, magpies would form a bridge across the Milky Way, allowing them a single night together. Their reunion, though brief, would be a testament to love that defied distance, duty, and even time itself. Each year, as the 7th lunar month approached, Nulong's anticipation grew like the tide. He prepared a simple gift, a bouquet of freshly picked flowers from the fields he tended, the colors bright and fragrant. He polished his oxen's harnesses so that they could carry him swiftly to the riverbank, where the magpies would gather to form their bridge. Jinu, too, felt a mixture of joy and anxiety. For nearly a year, she had awaited this night, her thoughts drifting constantly to Nulong. She prepared her finest woven robe, each thread glowing softly with celestial light, and she carried the shimmering essence of her tears, which would guide her path across the bridge. When the night finally arrived, the world seemed to hold its breath. The magpies gathered, their wings brushing against the stars, forming a glistening bridge that shimmered across the Milky Way. Nulong stood on the edge of the river,
his heart pounding as he saw Jinnu approaching. Each step she took across the bridge was a heartbeat for him, a lifetime condensed into a single moment. When they finally met, words were unnecessary. Neil held Jinnu's hand, feeling the warmth and softness he had longed for all year. Jinnu rested her head against his shoulder, letting the worries of the heavens and the trials of the mortal world fade into the night. They walked together along the bridge, sharing stories of the year gone by, their laughter echoing across the stars. Yet, even in this moment of joy, there was a shadow of sorrow. They knew the night would end, and with dawn, Jinnu would return to the heavens, leaving Neil behind. They tried to forget the clock, tried to live only in the joy of being together, but the thought of impending separation was always present, like a cold wind at the edge of a warm fire. As the night deepened, they paused on the bridge to look at the world below. Neil saw the village bathed in moonlight, the river glinting like a silver ribbon. Jinnu saw the heavens stretching endlessly above, a realm of beauty and responsibility. And in that moment, they understood that love was both their joy and their burden. It was something fragile yet enduring, something that could survive even the cruelest divisions. When the first light of dawn touched the horizon, they embraced one last time. Jinnu whispered promises that only the stars could hear, while Neil vowed to wait, to love, and to remember. The magpies lifted them gently apart, and Jinnu disappeared into the morning sky, leaving Neil with a heart full of both sorrow and hope. The years stretched long and heavy for New Lang. Days felt empty without Jinnu's presence, and nights were a reminder of what he had lost. He walked among his cows, but their lowing and the rustle of the grass seemed hollow without her laughter to accompany them. He often paused by the river, gazing at the stars, imagining Jinnu on the other side, thinking of him as he thought of her. Jinnu's own separation was equally hard. In the heavens, she resumed her duties, weaving clouds and stars, yet every thread felt incomplete without Nilang's touch to inspire it. She watched mortals below, seeing love and longing mirrored in their faces, and she understood that her own heart was not alone in its ache. She sent whispers into the wind, hoping that they would reach Nilang, knowing that love could span even the vastest distances. The loneliness was a test of patience and faith. Nilang would often speak to the stars, as if Jinnu might hear him through the light years. "Wait for me," he whispered. "I will meet you again." And somewhere, above the clouds, Jinnu answered with her own silent vow, weaving a thread of hope into the sky that connected them until the next reunion. Time passed slowly. Seasons changed, crops grew and were harvested, and the world continued, indifferent to the hearts of a cowherd and a weaver girl. Yet each moment of longing was also a testament to their love's endurance. The pain of separation sharpened the sweetness of their eventual meeting. They learned that love was not just about being together, it was about carrying each other in heart and memory, no matter how far apart. Finally, the 7th lunar month returned. Nulong's excitement was almost unbearable as he guided his oxen toward the river, the magpies gathering as if on cue. Jinnu descended from the heavens, glowing like a constellation come to life. The bridge of magpies shimmered with celestial light, reflecting their anticipation and hope. This reunion was more than just a night together. It was a celebration of love that had survived trials, distance, and time. They walked together on the bridge, sharing stories, laughter, and even tears. They were painfully aware of the night's brevity, yet they chose to live fully in every moment, savoring each glance, each word, and each touch. When dawn approached, they embraced, not with despair, but with gratitude.
Until next year, Jinyu whispered, her voice steady despite the ache in her heart. Until next year, Nulong echoed, his voice carrying both love and resolve. And as they parted, Nulong watched her rise into the heavens, feeling a deep connection that distance could never sever. Through countless years, this pattern continued. Lovers, parents, and children below would watch the stars and hear the story of the cowherd and weaver girl. Their once-a-year meeting became a symbol of enduring love, of longing that strengthens rather than diminishes, and of the beauty in moments that are fleeting but unforgettable. Even separated by the vast Milky Way, their hearts remained bound, a gentle reminder that love, once true, cannot be broken, even by heaven itself. And so, every 7th day of the 7th lunar month, Nulong and Jinyu meet, proving that even in the face of separation, love remains eternal. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to heart, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more real-life love and emotional stories. Your support helps us bring more meaningful stories to life. Heart.